There are some issues we are looking at today. Son of God, which is for many of us a big issue to understand correctly. The other thing is the cross and the scripture, the Injiil we'll be reading today, chapter 17 of Matthew's Gospel. And this is live recorded from Switzerland, and myself talking to you, Stefan Hager, from the town where I was born. Now, chapter 17 of the Gospel, the Injiil of Matthew, according to Matthew, we have the so-called transfiguration, or the appearance of past prophets with Jesus. We have various figures we will see: Jesus, Isa al-Masih, Moses, Elijah in English. Then we have Jesus' disciples, Peter, Patras, James, who is also called Jakub, John, who is called Johanna as well, or Yehia. And then we have mentioned Hazrat Yehia, John the Baptist at the end. So all these figures, some are contemporaries with Jesus, witnesses, and some are from the past. Moses has lived 1,500 years before Jesus, before Isa, and Elijah has lived a few hundred years earlier, was one of the mighty prophets. Let's see and read together chapter 17. We read 13 verses only, that Jesus appears and his appearance is changed. After 6 days, Jesus took Peter, James, and John, the brother of James, with him. He led them up a high mountain. They were all alone. There, in front of them, his appearance was changed. We call that the transfiguration. His face shone like the sun. Look at the sun. Can you see directly? Look directly into the sun. I think we can't. We can't. It's too bright, right? So let's see. Then his clothes, the clothes of Jesus, came as white as the light. Just then Moses, that's Musa, and Elijah, they appeared in front of them. And Moses and Elijah were talking with Jesus. Is this possible? Peter said to Jesus, "Lord, is it good for us to be here? If you wish, I will put up 3 shelters. One will be for you, one for Moses, and one for Elijah." Do you think that's a good idea? What do you think? To set up a shelter for an eternal experience, transfiguration? He really felt at home on that mountain. Why? Let's read on. When Peter was still speaking, a bright cloud surrounded them. Bright cloud, just like the clouds up here in the sky, surrounded them. And from the cloud, from heaven, a voice came, "This is my Son, in whom I am well pleased." This was the Father's voice. God, Allah, the Father, he spoke about his Son. So here we have a testimony from Allah himself that he has a Son, and Jesus is his Son. Let's read. When the disciples heard this, they were terrified. They fell with their faces to the ground. Like that. They fell to the ground. Down. But Jesus came and he touched them. He said, "Don't be afraid." And when they looked up, they saw no one else than Jesus. Moses gone, Elijah gone, just Jesus stood with them. Jesus was everything to them. Suddenly, they came down from the mountain. Look what it says. They came down from the mountain. On the way down, Jesus told them what to do. He said, look what it says here. Don't tell anyone about what you have seen, he said. Wait until the Son of Man has been raised from the dead. Is it true that Jesus himself said he will be crucified, he will die, and on the third day he will rise from the dead? So he said, wait with going and telling everyone about who I am. He said, I'm the Son of Man, but who I am as the Son of God. Wait until I have completed what I have to complete. Look at this. The disciples asked him, why do the teachers of the law say that Elijah has to come first? Eliah has to come first. That's scripture from the Old Testament. Why? Jesus replied, that's right. Elijah is supposed to come and make all things new again. But I tell you, Elijah has already come. People didn't recognize him. They have done to him everything they wanted to do. In the same way, they are going to make the Son of Man suffer. Then the disciples understood that he was talking about the son John the Baptist, Hazrat Yahya.